you start here, what's your first impressions here in the first couple of weeks?
Well, it's been an adjustment period. Things are done differently with new coaches coming in. You know, that's to be expected. With new players trying to adapt to it, and then with old players, you know, we've only had these guys at our first practice really as a team today. It was a lot of instruction. It wasn't necessarily the flow or tempo practice, but you see a lot of good things. The guys are already thinking in a different direction than we had in the past. Our goals are the same moving forward. You know, is to develop the players the best that we possibly can and give us an opportunity to win at the same time. So it's the same goals are there. It's just a different way about going about things day to day.
Can you talk a little bit about the experience that you guys do have on the blue line? A lot of those guys being signed to Dallas as well, with Jordy Ben and Dan Spang both being up two-way contracts this year.
Yeah, it's good for them, you know, because they worked hard for that. Last year, I think Benny really had just come along all season long, and being the older brother and being referred to as the brother is a tough way to go. He's proved that he can play at this level, and continuing to improve every day and working hard, that he's a guy that can make it to the next level. And it's great for him. You know, he's come the hard way and the long way, but you know, he's improving every day, and we look forward to seeing him not only as a great player for us this year, but to step in as a leader this year and be one of our guys that we can actually ask him to help out with the Coils and the Labries of sorts. The other guys, you know, Dylan is just one of those guys that he's kind of a man-child. You know, he's come in, he's huge, he's big, he's fast, he's in great shape, and he's one of those guys that we don't expect to be here very long. You know, the other guys, Spanger, Maxey, they just do their thing. And you know, for Dallas, it's a great opportunity for them. They have had issues in the past with guys going down. I don't think they're going to have any problems. Gully's familiar with both the guys up there and down here. So it's a good fit on the back end, especially and with our goaltending as well. You can throw those guys in the mix as well. Up front, our first two lines, you don't see a lot of changes, and the ones that you do, we put guys together that put the puck in the net. And you know, I think this is one of those teams that you look on paper from the beginning all the way to the end, that their Calder Cup talk is not something that we're not already looking at, and as one of our goals is to not just be a playoff team, but to be a contender this season.
You last couple of years filled roles, a third coach. Is the expectation to fill that role again this year?
No, it's the same thing moving forward. It's what I signed on for a couple of years ago. It's a great role. It's a tough role to try and divide the two and still be there. You know, earn the trust of the players and the coaches. But it's something that I've taken on, and you know, that's my big challenge is to be good at that role. So far in the first week, it's really been a sit back and watch scenario for me. Because really, I don't want to be one of those guys that has a student being a teacher. So right now, I'm learning their ways of talking, their little cues, things that they're still learning with each other. So you know, there was an adapting period on the beginning there with Gully and Pauly. You know, we had a couple months there where it was, you know, we were just feeling each other out a bit, and we're in the same scenario here again. And once we all get on the same page, you just see the improvement of the team, and you know, that's what we're aiming for.
Can you talk a little bit about what that was like, being kind of the experienced voice in PEI with some of the, even some of the veteran players there trying to learn Coach Gulleton's system?
Yeah, it was different being on that level with NHL guys. Their excitement was kind of the thing that really brought a smile to my face, is how excited they were to learn those kind of systems. Gully is a young guy with great experience through being so young, by playing through it, by going over to Europe, playing under these systems and learning it that way. Kind of the way I'm kind of learning right now, as to move forward into getting into coaching, is to actually play those systems and see it as a player, so that I kind of know what I'm talking about. Is the best way to put it. Where you know, some of these guys that like the aughts that have been brought up in North America never played in Europe. Myself had never played in Europe. And I was very fortunate to have a guy like him come in and teach that European style of play to me. And it's just something that's made me a better player, more offensive. I mean, last year I had 30 points. Sure, it's a different league, but I've never been asked to play power plays or jump up in the play 5-on-5. And he's one of those guys that kind of pushed that envelope for me and made me a better player at 34, 35 years old. You know, you can teach an old dog some old tricks or some new tricks, I guess.
Anyone else?